Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany. Welcome back, or welcome if you've never been here before, and welcome to my March monthly stats video. I'm hoping that this will be a quick one. I just want to run through my stats for the month. I like to share my favorites and any additions to my library, and the month of March was my birthday and I'm sitting in front of all of this book mail, so I do want to share that and some of the books that I've bought for myself. So this should be quick, hopefully, and we'll get into it. The stats aren't that long because for the month of March, I read 22 books, which is a slower month for me. Yet I was really busy at work. I was on for 6 days. I had a lot of personal processing in the month of March, and I was still able to come out of it with some standout, possibly all-time favorite reads. And when I look at the stats in terms of form, it's not really surprising to me that ebooks still dominate the majority of my reading. I am a reader that's on the go. I am usually in an ebook. Audiobooks make up the second, and I'm just really happy to see physical copies in the stats, period, because typically I'm pulling the majority of my reads from Kindle Unlimited and my audiobooks from my library apps Libby and Hoopla, as well as Anyplay and Audible. So having the time to sit down and actually read physically, I just find it so soothing. So I'm happy that I'm picking up what's on my physical TBR, which I'm gonna try to hold myself to for the remainder of the year, being that the library continues to increase every single month. So in terms of star ratings, I had 7 5-star reads for the month of March, many of which, came from new to me authors that I want to pick up, and I love to see it. I'm also not surprised that I have 14 4-stars for the month of March out of 22 books. 4-star ratings are typical for me, and I do like that they make the majority, because for me it feels like I'm tuning into what works for me and what doesn't, and picking up the tropes and things that I enjoy, and so I'm hoping that that's it. Dark romance is definitely dominating the 4 stars within this, and I'm happy to see that historical romance is entered the chat this month. I did find it interesting that I have 9 3-stars for the month of March, which is more than usual in a month where I read less. And this month I actually had a 2-star read. I typically, after having a bad experience, uphold the power of the DNF. But overall, I had a really good reading month. So I'm gonna go over my favorites, and I wanna include a book that I forgot to include in my reel. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what these books are. And that is Mafia Target by Mila Finelli. I had such a good time reading this. I couldn't put it down. There were a lot of mic drop moments, in my opinion, when it came to Fausto in this book, but Giulio and Alessio's dynamic, that I came to kill you, sexy, insatiable deal between them. I absolutely loved this. I rated it 4.5, but I'm still thinking about it, so I'm adding it to my favorites. I also absolutely loved They Never Learn by Layne Fargo. This is a thriller set in an academic space where our English professor, main character, serial killer of a decade, is leveling predators at the neck, quite literally. I love that there is a heavy romance in this book. It was given Killing Eve. I ate it up. I ate it up. Another favorite, When the Earl Met His Match by Stacy Reid. Oh my gosh, this was a gem. It was a marriage of convenience, friends to lovers, with a non-speaking hero and some of the best communication that I have read of late. And she stuck that 3rd act for me. I loved it so much. And a favorite novella that came out of this month because of Kimberly Lemming raving about it on Instagram, really on TikTok, but I saw it on Instagram, was Sweet Vengeance by Viano Oniomoh. And this is about a heroine that summons a demon as a means of paranormal cleanup because she plans on unaliving the man that assaulted her. This was a delicious monster romance. I absolutely loved it. I talk about this in my wrap up, so I won't go entirely in, and it is short, but I definitely recommend. It was so good. and will merge into some of the books that were sent to me for my birthday that are also favorites, and that's starting with For the Fans by Nyla K. Oh, this was an uppercut of swoon. It was unexpected. I knew it was stepbrothers that were starting an OnlyFans together, but I was not expecting it to be as romantic as it was. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, from the way that it was set up into establishing the real financial need between them, the explorative steam, the declarations, I mean, they really were meant to be together. This was so incredibly romantic, and it was sent to me by Cynthia from Kindle After Dark. You have sent me so much. She also sent me Hawk by Jessie Hall. Okay, Hawk. That misunderstood, severe-eyed, chisel-bodied ex-convict, okay? That's affirming her. It was so good. All of the books that you've sent me, Cynthia, just hit. And I have to also thank you for Mile High. This is another favorite of the month for me. I loved how self-actualized Xander's was and the way that he thought about, saw, and treated Stevie. And I love her journey of self-love and self-worth and how she's able to see herself through his eyes. Oh, I loved this romance. I got both of these. Okay, I got, because you know I love people on the cover. Carrie, thank you for sending me this physical copy. You're too good to me. You're such a beautiful friend. I'm so happy to have met you. I've got to meet Carrie 3 times now, and she lives very close to me, very close to my brother, and I need to go and see her soon. Thank you so much, Carrie. Thank you so much, Cynthia. We're gonna get into the book mail. I swear, I'm gonna calm down. I've already seen them, so I don't think you need to turn your volume down. I've seen them already. I've seen them. But Cynthia also sent me Evolved by Inner Walker, AIMM sci-fi situation. Okay, this was hitting, and I love AI now because of Bree from In Love and Words after reading Tangled Wires by Lillian Lark. And I love how there are similar conversations when it comes to whether non-organic beings can love that I have when I'm reading psychopath romances. So this was just, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this novella. It was everything. It was everything. And I do love the little like suspenseful plot that's happening here as well. Thank you, Cynthia. You spoil me. Oh, this is in no particular order. I am just picking them up, but I guess that's a great segue. Thank you, Bree from In Love and Words. I was a little like, it's so funny to say starstruck, but honestly, like meeting Bree in person at the booktuber retreat, it's like a hug. She is just as warm and genuine and kind in person, and opening this, I wasn't expecting it. Thank you so much. Oh, and I love Danny and Wynn. I'm obsessed with Lily Mayne's Monstrous World. Absolutely enthralled by it, and the audiobooks are out now. It's a great time to jump in. Oh! And Jess from Honest Fiction. I first met Jess officially during the Kindle Unlimited readathon, and so I wasn't expecting this from her. And I love that she sent me this because we're dealing with, I don't know, alien berserker hybrids. It also read like a fantasy historical romance in space. This was delicious, and I'm happy that Jess sent me this because of the fantasy elements. And all of my books, like whenever I open them up, I do like to keep the gift card, like the message card in the book so I can remember who sent it to me. And I love that she sent me this one particularly from my wishes. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jess. I really, really appreciate it. And I am now a patron because this one has a Patreon. Congratulations. And I'm loving it over there. Tori from Novel Life sent me Chastely Bitten. Okay, I'm obsessed with the Blood Alliance series. One thing that I love, like some catnip for me, is I love a romance that has a ripple effect on the society around them. And this is definitely a series that hits that. Their love is bigger than them. And this is set in a world where humans have no rights, where lichens and vampires rule. I mean, humans are like blood bags and flesh toys. You know, there's a lot of dubious action going on. but I just love how all of the heroes are after change, and they really have to work to convince the heroines to get on board. And oh, this is the first one that I have. This is the first one that I have. I love this series, and I don't have any of them, so now I have the first book. Thank you so much, Tori. Thank you so much. It's so thoughtful. Okay. Rose, Miss Paperback Duchess, my birthday twin. We have a birthday on the same day. She sent me this book, and I'm gonna read it because every single time I butcher her last name. Constance O'Day Flannery. I have not read these yet. I don't know if you can see them. We know that I love lighting on this channel, but the covers, I'm just gonna give you an insert and I will show you the other ones I own, but it's just stunning. You have to see the fronts and the backs. I love her covers. I just can't get enough of them. And so she is feeding my clinch, and she's a woman that knows it because I love her Instagram. If you don't follow her on Instagram, I'm gonna link everybody below as a thank you, but thank you so much. I love it. Whoo, and another like starstruck moment. I don't know why I always get like this. Crystal sent me The Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. I have yet to read this, and full disclosure, I wasn't gonna like say anything until May, and it'll probably happen before then, but I want to read her Hoop trilogy for the first time and vlog it, as well as all of the other books and series that I want to get to before Book Bonanza. And so I'm just so thankful. And of course, again, in the same vein, I just think it's so fitting that Crystal sent me this, because Kennedy Ryan is a favorite author of hers, and I know that this is going to hit. This book came right on time. Thank you so much, Crystal. It's so thoughtful, and I'm like moved by it because Crystal's vlogs really were a place of comfort and solace for me. They're really a sense of inspiration when it comes to how I put my vlogs together. I'm just really thankful. And I really appreciate this book, and I'm gonna move on so I don't get like teary-eyed. But thank you, Crystal. I appreciate this. I appreciate you and all that you add to this community and space. Oh, and Monica, another birthday twin. She sent me the freaking binder to the Deliver series by Penn Godman, which is like my favorite dark romance series. I think it's the darkest series that I've ever read, okay? That I've ever read. I don't think there's a bad book in the series, and I cannot believe that you did this. Thank you, Monica, just for like your support and your breakdown of the page. I absolutely love it. And I really only own this series because of friends. Jen sent me Deliver Us. Monica sent me this one. And I was just like sitting stunned for a while because Caitlin from the Love Librarian sent me the last bind up in the series. I just love Caitlin. I love Caitlin. She is such a light. She is warmth. She's incredibly generous. She is an organized queen, honey, okay? Teach me your ways. And she has just been such a supportive friend to me. She also sent me The Holiday. Okay, this was my first Brittany Cherry. And I also want to read her, I believe it's called Mason Jar series, in preparation for Book Bonanza, and have her sign all of them. So thank you so much, Caitlin. I love you so much. Okay, let's keep going here. I mean, oh my gosh, this is just too much, you guys. I'm dropping books. Okay, we gotta like sit still here because I've had this on my shelf already. I don't even like touching it. And that is, Mel sent me Cyber Sex by Sweetest Sorrows. This is a Hermione fanfic where Draco has a voice kink and he's sinking his inheritance into Hermione's OnlyFans. And it's just delicious, but every single time, and I can't even believe I'm even saying that sentence, this is so precious to me because Mel designs and binds these by hand. It is a labor of love. Anything handmade just like gobsacks me because that is the gift of somebody's time. And I mean, even if she were to rebind this for me at another point, it's never gonna be the same as this one. And it's just like priceless to me. Thank you, Mel, for taking the time to do this and to send this to me out of the kindness of your heart. Like, Oh, I've just been so in love with Hermione fanfic. It just transports me. And so the fact that you would do this, and it's stunning. They're always so stunning. And her design continues to evolve. Like, I'm so thankful. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. Christy from Christy Reads a Lot. I consider Christy to be the vault of romance. She reads so much. She's so generous with her knowledge. And really, like, her Goodreads is my blueprint. I type her name in so much. I think I posted this on Instagram that, like, my phone autocorrects Christy Reads a Lot anytime I put CHR. Okay? Anytime I put that in my phone. I love Christy so much. I've been fortunate enough to meet her. I had such a good time with you when you came to freaking Vegas, and now I have a bookstore that I still need to go to, but you might see that soon. Thank you so much for this book. Thank you. I'm incredibly moved, and I'm so grateful for your friendship. Thank you so much for this. I just like, oh my God, this is too much. Okay, let's just keep going here. Oh, this is out of control. Nikki from Nikki in Bookland sent me the right move. I was like, what, girl? What? She also sent me this like really cute Christmas card with a very fitting sticker that I got like months later. Thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you for thinking of me. I love The Right Move. I love Ryan Shea. I love his quiet love. His acts of care, the small day-to-day measures of just this big love that he had for Indy. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. I love having this on my shelf. Thank you, Nikki. Oh my God. This is just too much. It's like I'm opening it for the first time again. Melissa from Book Bar. Melissa from Book Bar sent me Powerless. Melissa, you sent me too many books. Melissa has sent me so many books. It's incredibly kind. And now I have this entire series. Thank you so much. I can't. I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep moving. Thank you so much. Thank you, girl. Because I just don't understand this. Oh my God. Okay, next I have Savage Hearts from Victoria from Victoria's Romance Reads. And should I share this? I picture Victoria when I read Blindside. I was like, this is Gianna. She's gorgeous and she's so sweet and humble and funny. Victoria, you're funny. I met her at Love in Las Vegas. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this book. It's so sweet of you to even think of me on my birthday, but it was so lovely to meet you. I can't wait to do it again. We need to see each other soon. Oh my God. This is so nice of her. Okay. Then I got Resting Witch Face from Gary. Okay, from Carrie. I love Rules. I love Jules and Ruben. I wanted their story from book 1. So if you're just starting the Stay a Spell series, continue on. It is a favorite of mine. I love Juliet's New Orleans. I love this series so much. And this was definitely handled in the best possible way in terms of like spatially, structurally, how they're moving. It's a road trip romance and the reasons for why they couldn't be together, the growth that they have to do in order to get back to one another while being in each other's faces, forced in proximity, you know, bound by duty. I loved it. I loved it so much. Thank you, Carrie. You know I love you. And two more. I got Stolen Touches, okay, from Avery. And like, it's very fitting because she and Tori was taking pictures of Broken Whispers. Okay, Tori was taking beautiful pictures. And Avery is the reason why as well that I picked this series up. And she was also talking about, was it this book, Avery? We were in Texas for Wanderlust and we were at dinner. I'm not gonna name drop. We were at dinner. And she was talking about Neva Altaj in this series. And I love Avery. She's definitely a pixie woman for me. I got to spend time with her at the Booktuber retreat and she's just so freaking sweet and you've been incredibly supportive, and I really thank you for that. It just warms my heart. It warms my heart. So thank you. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. And then lastly, I won Jen's Patreon pick, and she sent it, which was the right move. It is annotated. I'm reaching forward over all these books. It is annotated with all of her thoughts. It came with stickers, oh my god, and goodies, like all of these stickers and goodies. And it came with the book sleeve that is like monogrammed, and it says in every, with love in every stitch on it. Oh my god. Oh my god. And it has a matching keychain, and look at the lining in it. It's so cute. I just thought that was so sweet. And so every month she raffles up the exclusive book pick that she vlogs, and I was commenting under it, and I won! I won! Oh my god, this is the second one that I've won. This is the second one that I've won, and that's really sweet. Oh my god, so I'm loving it. Another favorite of the month for me was Marrow. I am so glad that I had the book sitting out here because I did not want to omit it. This was a 5-star read. It is so smart, it's sensual, it's sinister, and I loved it. This was a standout read. I talk about it at length during my readathon vlog, and I finally have the physical copy. Oh my gosh. I think this is incredibly balanced, and they did such a great job. I absolutely loved Marrow. I absolutely loved Marrow, so I don't want to count this out. Marrow is definitely a favorite for the month of March. I cannot wait to see what Brynne Weaver does next. I'm so obsessed with her. We'll talk about this when I talk about, or when I come out with a video on all of the new authors on my roster. I don't know why I'm telling you all my video stuff, but here we are. I also got The Highest Bidder by Sarah K. I had to. Wanda is on the cover. Wanda's on the cover, and Ronan Cade is quite frankly my favorite hero throughout the series, so I think that it's fitting. And you've seen this book if you watched my readathon vlog that was very late. I also have Take My Daddy and I'll Take Yours. And my book of the month pick, which I think I shared on Instagram but not in my reading vlog, was Wayward by Amelia Hart. This is magic realism. I believe it's set in 3 separate storylines within the same family and 3 separate timelines. I'm not sure how they merge or the extent of the magical elements, but I have yet to read this, and I am excited to pick it up. I'm also excited for my April pick too. I'm just saying. And then lastly, the last book that I bought in the month of March was Soul Eater. I think this is officially going to be my very first manga. Is it? I think it is. And I am planning on buddy reading this with no one you know, but I'm excited to do so. And it's absolutely stunning. I love the freaking artwork. It already seems like a mix of styles. And this is about an academy of soul snatchers. I am absolutely intrigued and here for it. I cannot wait. So I'll definitely be reading this in the month of April. And I have to thank everyone again. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sending me birthday mail if you did. I'm incredibly moved. I'm incredibly thankful, and thank you for bearing with me while I got all of my March content wrapped up. I want to thank you again for being here. Please consider subscribing and sticking around, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.